Phishing. It's the online scam that has turned cybercrime into a multi-billion-dollar industry. One wrong click, and your sensitive data, finances, and even your business could be at risk. Today, phishing attacks have evolved into some of the most sophisticated cyber threats. But don't worry, we're here to arm you with the knowledge you need to stay safe. In this video, we'll cover everything from the basics of phishing to the latest tactics scammers use, real-world case studies, and expert advice. Stick around to learn how you can defend yourself, your data, and your business. What is phishing? Let's have the overview. So, what exactly is phishing? Phishing is a type of cyber attack where hackers impersonate trusted entities to trick you into sharing sensitive information, such as your passwords, credit card numbers, or other personal data. These attacks are commonly carried out through email, but they've evolved to include text messages, social media platforms, and even phone calls. According to cybersecurity firm Verizon, phishing accounts for over 30% of all data breaches worldwide. While it might seem like an obvious scam to some, millions of people still fall victim to phishing every year. Cybercriminals have become masters at creating fake emails and websites that look nearly identical to real ones, making it harder than ever to tell the difference. The evolution of phishing attacks. Historical background. Phishing has come a long way since its early days. It all started in the mid-1990s when scammers began using AOL to send out mass fraudulent emails. These early attacks were relatively simple, poorly written emails with obvious mistakes, but they still caught plenty of people off guard. By the early 2000s, phishing attacks became more targeted, using brands like PayPal, eBay, and Amazon to lure people into clicking on malicious links. As technology evolved, so did phishing methods. Today, phishing attacks are far more sophisticated, employing personalized emails, fake websites that look almost identical to legitimate ones, and even social engineering tactics to make their scams believable. In 2023, phishing reached new heights, with attacks using AI-generated content, deepfake voice messages, and highly targeted campaigns against businesses and individuals alike. How phishing attacks work. Step-by-step breakdown. To fully protect yourself, it's essential to understand how phishing attacks work. Most attacks follow a similar three-step process. Step 1. The bait. It all starts with a message designed to grab your attention. It might look like an urgent email from your bank, a package delivery update, or even a message from a coworker. The key is urgency. Scammers want you to act fast without thinking. Step 2. The hook. The message will direct you to a fake website or ask you to download an attachment. The website might look identical to the real thing, with branding, logos, and even URLs that look legitimate. However, once you enter your information, whether it's login credentials, bank account numbers, or personal data, you've given it directly to the scammers. Step 3. The payoff. Once they have your data, cybercriminals can wreak havoc. They might sell your information on the dark web, drain your bank account, or use your login credentials to access other services. For businesses, this can mean data breaches, financial losses, and damage to their reputation. Types of phishing attacks. In-depth discussion. There's more to phishing than just suspicious emails. Hackers have developed multiple ways to target you, and it's important to recognize them all. Let's dive into the different types of phishing attacks. Email phishing. This is the classic form of phishing. An email that looks like it's from a legitimate company but contains malicious links or attachments. These emails often appear to be from trusted organizations, like your bank, streaming service, or even the government. The email might ask you to verify your account or claim you've won a prize. In reality, clicking that link could lead you straight into the scam. Example: in 2021, a phishing campaign targeting Microsoft 365 users tricked people into entering their login credentials on a fake Microsoft page, leading to thousands of compromised accounts. Spear phishing. Spear phishing is a more targeted form of phishing. Instead of sending mass emails to random people, hackers research their victims and craft personalized messages that seem more credible. Spear phishing is often used in corporate environments, targeting employees and executives for higher rewards. Example: in 2016, a spear phishing attack led to the leak of sensitive information from the Democratic National Committee, which had a major impact on the U.S. presidential election. Whaling. Whaling targets high-profile individuals, like CEOs or company executives. These phishing attempts usually focus on stealing trade secrets, intellectual property, or making large fraudulent transactions. Example: In 2017, an attacker impersonated a senior executive of a European company and successfully convinced the finance department to transfer millions of euros to a fraudulent account. Smishing, SMS phishing. Smishing is phishing via text messages. You might receive a text that looks like it's from your bank or a delivery service, asking you to click on a link to verify your information. However, clicking that link leads to a malicious website designed to steal your data. Example: in 2022, a smishing scam pretending to be from FedEx asked recipients to pay for a delivery fee, leading to credit card fraud. Phishing, voice phishing. Phishing involves phone calls where scammers pretend to be from a trusted organization, like your bank, tech support, or even law enforcement. They use scare tactics to make you hand over sensitive information. Example: in 2021, attackers posed as Apple support, calling users and convincing them to provide access to their accounts, leading to widespread account theft. Clone phishing. Clone phishing is when attackers create an almost identical copy of a legitimate email you've already received. The only difference is the attachment or link, which leads to malware or a phishing website. Example: a clone phishing email might appear to be a legitimate payment confirmation from your utility company, but instead directs you to a fraudulent website that collects payment information. Real-world case studies. Phishing in action. Phishing isn't just a theoretical risk. It's causing real damage in the real world. Let's look at some high-profile examples of phishing attacks that have made headlines in recent years. The Twitter hack, 2020. In July 2020, Twitter fell victim to one of the most significant phishing attacks in history. Hackers used spear phishing techniques to gain access to Twitter's internal systems, taking control of high-profile accounts, including those of Elon Musk, Barack Obama, and Jeff Bezos. They posted messages asking followers to send Bitcoin, which led to over $100,000 in cryptocurrency theft. Google and Facebook scam, 2013 to 2015. Between 2013 and 2015, scammers posing as a fake hardware supplier managed to trick both Google and Facebook into paying fraudulent invoices worth over $100 million. This phishing attack was a long-term, carefully planned operation that highlights how even tech giants can be vulnerable. The Colonial Pipeline Attack, 2021. In 2021, a phishing attack led to one of the most disruptive cyber attacks in U.S. history, the Colonial Pipeline ransomware attack. A single compromised password obtained through a phishing email gave hackers access to Colonial Pipeline's network, leading to widespread fuel shortages along the East Coast. These case studies show that phishing can have far-reaching consequences, affecting individuals, businesses, and even critical infrastructure. How to spot a phishing attempt. Spotting a phishing attempt can be challenging, but there are several red flags you should look out for. Suspicious sender address. Always check the email address carefully. Scammers often use addresses that look like legitimate ones but with slight variations, like replacing an I with an L or adding extra letters. Urgent or threatening language. Phishing emails often use scare tactics, such as threatening account suspension or legal action, to get you to act quickly. Poor grammar and spelling mistakes. Legitimate companies usually have professional communications. Be wary of emails with obvious grammar and spelling errors. Unexpected attachments. If you weren't expecting an attachment, don't open it, especially if it's from an unknown source. Mismatched URLs. Before clicking a link, hover over it to see where it will actually take you. If the URL looks suspicious or doesn't match the company's website, it's likely a phishing attempt. Phishing prevention for individuals. Now that you know how phishing attacks work, let's talk about how you can protect yourself. Use strong, unique passwords. Never reuse passwords across multiple accounts. Consider using a password manager to generate and store complex passwords. Enable two-factor authentication, 2FA. Even if a scammer gets your password, two-factor authentication adds an extra layer of security by requiring a second form of verification. Keep software updated. Outdated software can have security vulnerabilities that hackers exploit. Always keep your devices and apps up to date with the latest security patches. Use antivirus software. A good antivirus program can detect and block phishing websites, malware, and other malicious threats before they can do damage. Be skeptical. Always be cautious when receiving unsolicited emails, messages, or calls, especially if they ask for personal or financial information. Phishing prevention for businesses. Phishing isn't just an individual problem. Businesses need to protect themselves too. Here are some best practices for keeping your organization safe. Employee training. Educate your employees about phishing attacks and how to recognize them. Regular training sessions can help prevent costly breaches. Email filtering. Use email filtering software to block known phishing emails before they reach your inbox. Data encryption. Ensure that sensitive data is encrypted, so even if it's stolen, it can't be accessed. Incident response plan. Have a response plan in place so that if a phishing attack is successful, you can act quickly to minimize damage. Regular audits. Conduct regular security audits to identify vulnerabilities in your system and address them before they can be exploited. What to do if you're a victim. If you do fall victim to a phishing scam, time is of the essence. Here's what you should do immediately. Change your passwords. Start by changing the password of the compromised account, as well as any other accounts using the same credentials. Contact your bank. If you've shared financial information, contact your bank immediately to freeze your accounts and monitor for fraudulent transactions. Report the attack. Report phishing attempts to your email provider and, if necessary, to the relevant authorities or law enforcement. Monitor your accounts. Keep a close eye on your accounts for any suspicious activity and set up alerts for unusual transactions. Let's recap: phishing attacks are a real and growing threat, but with the right knowledge and preventative measures, you can stay safe. Remember, always verify the source. Think before you click, and stay up to date with the latest security practices. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more cybersecurity tips. Stay safe online.